Welcome to Let's Talk Sports here on WYLN. I'm your host, Marty Burns, and this week we have a very special guest from the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, Manager of Media Relations, Mike Ventola. We're going to talk about safety precautions at Coca-Cola Park, getting ready for the 2021 baseball season in Allentown. We'll also go over their promotions for the 2021 season, talk about the schedule, and maybe even talk about the team that's going to be taking the field on opening night 2021, May the 4th, and you'll be able to see it here on WYLN. That's all coming up on Let's Talk Sports.
Hey guys, it's Ray Merrill. It's Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton Mazda. Hey guys, I know what you're thinking. There's a lot of brands out there. You're looking for something all-wheel drive. You're looking for something sporty. You're looking for something reliable. According to Consumer Reports, Mazda has emerged as the most reliable car brand, beating Toyota and Lexus. You might as well get the most reliable car from the most reliable dealer. So if you're in the area, come on down to Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. We are the largest Mazda dealer in central Pennsylvania as far as inventory goes. Check them out online at blazealexander.com. We'll even deliver them to you.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
WYLN TV 35 is looking for part-time seasonal live sports videographers and production crew. Evening and weekend work is required. Candidates should have experience in sports production and camera operation. Please contact WYLN TV 35 at 570-459-1869 extension 1172 or email news@WYLNTV.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports here on WYLN. I'm your host, Marty Burns, and very happy to have as our guest this week Mike Ventola, Manager of Media Relations for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. And if you've seen past games here on WYLN, you've even seen Mike do some work for TV2, which is now Service Electric Network, as we'll be picking up their feed again this year and carrying the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs baseball season here on WYLN. And Mike, thanks a lot for joining us.
Marty, thanks so much for having me. Looking forward to talking some Iron Pigs with you.
Sounds good. And before I guess we could get to 2021, as an organization, how disappointed was the organization when COVID hit last year and then it came down that there would be no minor league baseball?
I mean, look, we were extremely disappointed that we would have no season here at Coca-Cola Park. And, you know, a lot of what we do here at Coca-Cola Park is surrounded by a true baseball season and all the fun stuff that we do. But, you know, at the end of the day, we understood that, you know, there's a bigger situation going on. It was at the time and still is here currently. So for us, though it was tough not being able to open our gates for fans to come in and enjoy Iron Pigs baseball, we were able to put on our creative caps and stay busy throughout the pandemic and host a lot of different style events and being able to do so safely. So we were able to find some success in 2020, but nothing that could relate to what a normal Iron Pig season brings us each and every year.
And with this Iron Pig season, it's not starting like it normally does in April. Opening night will be May the 4th on a Tuesday night, as the Iron Pigs will host Rochester. And talk about the excitement now of everybody in the organization. Even though you're going to be starting a little bit late, there is going to be baseball at Coca-Cola Park.
You couldn't be more right, Marty. At the end of the day, even though we're starting a month later than what we had originally planned, but we're excited. You know, we're ready. We've been ready. You know, it'll be over 600 days since an Iron Pigs game last took place here at Coca-Cola Park. I know we've been fortunate here between last season and 2020 and now here in the early part of 2021 here at Coca-Cola Park, we've been able to host the Philly reserves as the Phillies alternate site, but still not the same of what Iron Pigs baseball brings. So for us as a staff, we're working hard. We're dotting our I's. We're crossing our T's. We're working with fans. We're trying to sell tickets. We're trying to get creative with all our fun promotional work that we do day in and day out. It's been hectic, but a good hectic, as I've explained to people, because Usually hysteria this time of year is a normal thing, and it's been able to at least bring a lot of that normalcy back with the season being, on the doorstep of 2 weeks away.
And a lot of the information that we're going to talk about now for the fans at home, you can go on the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs website and get that information. But Mike had put out a press release concerning the safety plan concerning COVID-19 for Coca-Cola Park. And we'll just touch on a couple of these items. But as I mentioned, go on the website and you'll be able to get the full list of the safety plan that the Iron Pigs are putting forth. And one of the first things, Mike, for fans to realize is it's going to be a cashless environment.
I'm glad you started off with that, Marty, because we can't preach it enough. It is a completely cashless environment. So what does that mean? That at the end of the day, whether you have a credit card or you have Apple Pay, Google Pay, you will then be able to pay that way in order to get to get any type of merchandise, to get any type of food. Even when coming through the gates here at Coca-Cola Park, having your tickets on your mobile device. And for some of you, especially viewers up in your area, everywhere, we've been preaching that if for whatever reason you were not to have a credit card, or if you were to bring cash, you would then have to go to the clubhouse store or merchandise store, use that money, put it towards a gift card, and then you could take that gift card and then able to buy food, buy merchandise, buy everything you need to buy with it. So yes, folks, we are a completely cashless organization, and that is just to help promote a lot of the safetiness that we're trying to do here day in and day out, just because with COVID-19, trying to work with all the protocols that we have to put in place.
And I would think, with that being said, Mike, for the fans at home, try to order your tickets ahead of time. Try not. I know that's a lot of the draw to baseball when it's going to be a beautiful Friday night, say, and you say, let's go to the ballpark, where for now, during COVID-19, for the most part, try to order your tickets ahead of time.
Yeah, absolutely, Marty. We're trying to force that on people. We're trying to preach that message, but understand that life is happening. It's, there can be some weariness buying tickets ahead of time, and because of weather, or, now because if, you're sick and you're not feeling well. And that's another thing too, that we're trying to also preach, as much as, we want people to come in. We'd love nothing more than have 10,000 people in this ballpark, but we can't, is that, if you're not feeling well, stay home. We're trying to do everything we can to slow the spread, but yes, that being cashless, and and I know we may get into some of the other stuff as well too. We've had to not only work just so hard with the Health Bureau here in the state of Pennsylvania, but also too with Major League Baseball, because not only is it so much making sure fans come in and have a safe experience, but even making sure that the players in uniform are having a safe experience as well.
And then to go along with that, there's also the mask policy and social distancing, whereas, you're not going to be in a full row of seats with other fans. Everybody's going to be socially distanced. And at other parts of the ballpark as well, social distancing will be enforced.
Yes, when folks come into the ballpark, being socially distant is going to be so important. Actually, in how seats are being sold, is that they're being sold in pods of 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you're a family of 4, you will be, wherever you are going to be seated throughout the ballpark, you will have nobody directly to your left or directly to your right. So we're trying to space people out, and masks are mandatory. You must wear masks at all time unless you are actively eating or drinking, and that's going to help us in slowing down the spread. And also too, with trying to reduce transmission, we're sanitizing absolutely everything in the ballpark, even the restrooms as well too. So it's been a long and tiring process, but we know that once fans start coming through our gates here on Tuesday, May 4th, as much as they want to have fun, we want to make sure that they're safe as well.
And one area that maybe if you can talk about, I know that's a very popular item, especially in spring training down in Clearwater, the outfield berm.
Yeah, the outfield berm. So, right now, we're not scheduled to have any type of seating out there. We're trying to work with the state. We're trying to work with Major League Baseball on making sure that the Capital Blue Cross lawn seating area will eventually become open for fans. So we're hoping that, and then, if and when we're allowed to have fans out there, that they will then have to be seated 6 feet apart. Kind of what you may have saw in spring training in the outfield and down in Clearwater, is that they had essentially like squares drawn up. So we would definitely have to utilize that process. So we know that's a very popular area, but when fans come in on Tuesday, May 4th, it'll be a little bit more bare than we would have hoped for here at this point.
And as I mentioned, you can get the full safety plan on the Iron Pigs website. So definitely check that out before you head out to Coca-Cola Park. We're going to take a break shortly, Mike, and talk about the promotions. But I thought a good lead into the promotions before we do go to break. Starting opening night, a gold cap giveaway presented by Service Electric Cable TV and Communications, but also essential workers will be honored as part of the opening night celebration, and then 2 nights later, Nurses Appreciation. And it's a way to give back to these essential workers that have been at the forefront of this pandemic since day one.
Yeah, we figured that we could not open up this season without thanking the frontline workers, and they will be the focus on opening night. So, and obviously fans as well too. We're thrilled to roll out the red carpet for every single person that's coming through these gates. But I think even the fans can agree if that, they're looking up at the video board or on the concourse where frontline workers are going to be recognized. I'm sure each fan will be on their feet giving them a standing O, because they've gone through hell through the past year and a half. And, we felt like it was, something that was so important to us to make sure that we recognize them on opening night. And then, as you mentioned, 2 nights later with the nurses as well, too. So entire homestand, we're going to try to do our part in really recognizing these frontline workers, because they've, like I said, they've had to go through so much.
And I've got a full list of promotions that we're going to go over. Mike, if you would, hang tight. We're going to take a break and be back and talk more about the promotions coming up for 2021 at Coca-Cola Park, home of the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. And you'll be able to see their games here on WYLN. You're watching Let's Talk Sports. We'll be back right after this.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to talk to Jill Lallery and Dr. Alex about how chiropractic could not help her. She needed surgery, but she came back, and now we can still help her, so stay tuned.
Nick Bolton here with the latest from Bell & Howell. We call them tack glasses. Inspired by the sunglasses worn by our heroes in uniform, tack glasses block blinding glare so well, invisible objects suddenly become visible. Enhance colors to give you vision as sharp as an eagle's and survive even the harshest conditions. Look, ordinary sunglasses just make things darker, which could be deadly in a tactical situation. Tack glasses improve optical clarity so you can see clearly, even in low light. If you've never seen how this light filtering technology works, check this out. Nothing to see, right? But look again as we hold up our tack glasses. A colorful American eagle is revealed. Amazing!
Act now to get your tack glasses for just $19.99, and we'll even ship it to you free. So don't delay. Order yours today.
To order, call 1-800-287-3213. Again, that's 1-800-287-3213, or order online at trytackglasses.com.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports here on WYLN. I'm your host, Marty Burns. Please be joined by Mike Ventola of the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, Manager of Media Relations. And Mike, we had hinted going into break that we were going to go over this list of promotions, which is a very extensive list, and we're going to hit on a couple of them. The ones that really caught my eye, starting on May the 8th, I counted 5 of them. Filling the Need, where you also have giveaways throughout the season, but you also have opportunities where the fans can give back to some of the needy.
Yeah, we are trying specifically this year too. And in the past, we've always done filling the needs, whether it's canned food drives, any sort of types of non-perishables that folks can bring out to the ballpark. We feel like it's very important, as much as, yes, we are a business that, we're trying to make money like any other business, but we take great pride in all of our charitable donations, specifically with what we do through our Iron Pigs Charities Foundation, which is our 501c3 foundation. So these filling the needs that will be taking place throughout the season kind of gives folks an opportunity to give back, even if it's something very small. So, like I said, we've been able to do it in years past, but to be able to continue it here in 2021 is something we're excited about.
And the night before, I know you've got some props that you brought with you, Mike. May the 7th, I'm very intrigued by this, the Karate Kid night and an Aaron Nola Karate Kid bobblehead. There he is.
Yeah, so I know getting a chance to see it right here. So, yes, Aaron Nola, the ace of the Philadelphia Phillies and a former pitcher here with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. When it came to trying to have a little fun with him, the Karate Kid has kind of come back into the picture a little bit with the Netflix TV series Cobra Kai. So our good friends at Giant sponsoring this awesome Aaron Nola bobblehead giveaway. So we're really excited on May the 7th to be giving these out to our fans who come through the gates. So we have a few bobbleheads we're giving out throughout the season. But, when you go to your ace, your first, the top guy in your rotation, no better guy, in my opinion, to lead off the bobblehead collection here in 2021 than Aaron Nola.
Absolutely, absolutely. A quality selection. Now, a young man that's currently with the Iron Pigs at the training site, but I think he's hoping that he's not going to be there, and no offense meant, but Scott Kingery, I think, would like to be with the Phillies by September 2nd, but you're going to have the Scotty Jetpack bobblehead giveaway coming up on Thursday, September 2nd.
Yes, got it right here as well, too. So, yep, Scotty Jetpacks. We're excited about giving this bobblehead away, too. And, he got the nickname Scotty Jetpacks when he played collegiate baseball at the University of Arizona. So he was able to stick with him throughout his college days and obviously here in the professional ranks. So, but yes, I know it looks like as of now he could be wearing an Iron Pig uniform by the time this bobblehead is given out. But, we're selfishly rooting for him to get up to Philadelphia where he belongs. So, but yeah, Iron Pigs fans will get an opportunity to get their hands on a Scotty Jetpacks bobblehead. So, these bobbleheads are one of the best giveaways, in my opinion, in all of minor league baseball. And especially when you could tie in someone who is with the parent club of your minor league organization and a big time fan favorite always goes well. And Scotty Kingery certainly fits that bill.
And one of the things I liked here, starting on Tuesday night, July 6th, Salute to Veterans Week, if you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so our good friends at Toyota sponsoring, it's pretty much going to be a week-long celebration. So, we're getting the opportunity for vets who want to come out to the ballpark. Each night is going to surround them. So we're going to make sure they get recognition on the video board, making sure that when they come to the ballpark that they're taken care of and that they really have an awesome experience. There's veterans, obviously, all over the country and all over the world. We've had some unbelievable vets that have, come and watched games here over the years. And, it's really important to give back to those who have served in our nation at one point or another. So, it was a no-brainer with the Salute to Veterans, not only just night, but week, like I said, with our good friends from Toyota. So that should be a lot of fun, especially too that time of the year. It should be really nice weather-wise, and coming off the 4th of July. Always a great time to feel very patriotic.
And definitely perfect timing for that type of week. And where could you go but July 25th, the Sunday afternoon, Christmas in July, Hallmark at the ballpark.
So Christmas at the ballpark is a very well-known minor league baseball promotion. And the reason why is because, Christmas is arguably the most entertaining and enjoyable holiday in the calendar year each and every year. So obviously with Christmas being, in the heart on December 25th, you try to have some fun with it during the summer. And it kind of started too with, Santa Claus always being portrayed and sometimes in a beach shirt and shorts. So I think minor league teams over the years like to have a little fun with it. So we want to take it to the next level. The Hallmark Christmas movies have become sensations. I myself have dabbled into watching some of those Hallmark Christmas movies, and they're feel-good movies. They're really good. And, so we're trying to work in kind of a Hallmark movie feel when fans come to the ballpark. So we're going to make it very festive. But for fans who enjoy those Hallmark Christmas movies, you'll definitely want to come out to the ballpark.
And before we get too far along in the segment, two other nights I want to talk about. Tuesday night, August 31st, 80s night, and you're going to have a bobblehead giveaway, but you're also going to have a special guest, one of the beloved members of that 1980 world champion Philadelphia Phillies team, and I'm talking about Larry Bowa.
Yeah, we're pumped. I mean, Larry is I think when it's all said and done, when you look at the most popular Phillies of all time, Bowa's in the top 10, whether it be player or coach or front office personnel. Larry Bowa, to me, is in the top 10. So Larry, who is a special advisor with the Philadelphia Phillies, he will spend time with the minor league affiliates. So, we've been fortunate enough to have him here at Coca-Cola Park over the years. Even when I was with the Reading Fightin' Phils, used to make visits to First Energy Stadium quite often. So, for us, when trying to celebrate or at least add a little bit of our parent club feel here to Coca-Cola Park, getting Larry Bowa involved was a no-brainer. So, and of course, too, with it being 80s night, you already talked about how pivotal he was during that World Series run. So it'll be a cool tie and allow fans to kind of relive that great era of what was the 1980s. So, but yes, Larry Bowa will be here, and we're hoping for a VIP meet and greet. Those details are still being finalized. So, but at least fans, when they come out to the ballpark, they'll get a chance to see Larry himself.
And then the last one, Tuesday night, September 14th, it'll be 90s night, and that 1993 Phillies team might be the most beloved Philadelphia sports team that didn't win a championship. And a bobblehead and an appearance by Mitch Williams, who, part of that 1993 team, part of the most unbelievable thing that Mitch did that year was Game 6 against Atlanta. He had a 1-2-3 inning to clinch the pennant in striking out Bill Pecota.
Mitchie Poo, right? As
Mitchie Poo.
Harry the K dubbed him Mitchie Poo. Obviously Mitch Williams was so pivotal during that 93 run, and I think you're right. I think if it wasn't for obviously how the World Series went, things of that nature. I know you can't say his name, but I think that might have been 92. But anyways, yeah, bringing Mitch Williams out to the ballpark, kind of like what we did with Larry, with how pivotal he was during that 80s run. Getting Mitch Williams out here to the ballpark. Mitch was a very big time Philly fan favorite, during that run, and he was so pivotal to their success. So, Mitch, who of course has dabbled in doing a lot of baseball analyst work, we feel that he will certainly bring a lot of fans out to the ballpark, just like Larry. And the slew of bobbleheads we're giving away this year is really a good list. So, but obviously Mitch and Larry are at the top. So, but we have, as you mentioned, Marty, we have so many other giveaways and so many other fun nights. You and I, we could talk about a good 2 hours about all the promotions we got going on. But yes, Mitch, in September, that'll be a good one.
Absolutely. And we're quickly running out of time, Mike. So we're going to take our last break, quickly talk about the 2021 schedule before we wrap up Let's Talk Sports. Hang in there. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazelton. You want cars? We got them. We have the largest selection of pre-owned cars in the area. We have over 160 cars on the ground. Plus, if you're looking to trade your car, if you want to get rid of the payments, it will never be worth more than it is now. Whether it is a Ram, a Chevy, a Mazda, a Dodge, a Chrysler. Guys, we will give you top dollar. Your car will never be worth more than it is right now. So don't waste your time. Get down to Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, and see where we take those deals. The other guys won't.
Careful, your regular old can opener leaves razor-sharp edges. Ouch! You need the new Safety Can Express. Now you can pop the top off and leave perfectly smooth edges on the lid and the can. Other openers use blades to cut through the lid, leaving razor-sharp edges. Safety Can Express actually unseals the lid from the side, leaving smooth, safe edges. Safety Can works on broken pop-top cans, dented cans, big heavy cans, small odd-shaped cans too. No more sharp steel when Safety Can breaks the seal. Call and get the new Safety Can Express for just $29.99. This offer is not available on Amazon. But wait, call today and you can double your order. Just pay separate fee. We will even ship it right to your door, absolutely free. Call now.
Call 1-800-317-2137 or visit safetycanexpress.com. So call 1-800-317-2137 now.
Follow us on our weekly journeys through the backstories of those paving NEPA toward a better future.
Each night we'll dig a little deeper into the lives and goals of our local leaders. So stay tuned for the end of our news as we learn more of those leading the way.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports here on WYLN. A few minutes left here with Mike Ventola of the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, and you'll be able to see Mike on Service Electric Network's coverage of Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs baseball, which you can see here on WYLN, starting opening night, May the 4th, as Rochester comes to town. And Mike, a little bit of a different schedule than fans are used to. Only 6 teams in the Northeast Key. Joining the Iron Pigs is Buffalo, Worcester, who is the former Pawtucket Red Sox, Rochester, Scranton Wilkes-Barre, and Syracuse.
Yes, with the whole breakdown of now the AAA East being a 20-team league, just in light of what's happening in regards to COVID-19 this year, schedule makers elected for the Northeast Division, which consists of those teams you make, to just play a full season schedule against one another. So I actually think it benefits the Iron Pigs greatly here in 2021 just because of a lighter travel schedule. So I know fans may get a little frustrated seeing the same teams over and over, but I think the Phillies may not mind it because a good amount of those teams are National League East opponents, but even some of those teams are vaunted American League East opponents who they've had to dabble with from time to time down in spring training. So it's a lot of familiarity, but it'll certainly be a good test for these AAA players.
And the other thing that fans have to get used to, 6-game either homestands or road trips, no Monday games. So you'll be playing the same team from Tuesday to Sunday. So like Mike said, you're going to see the same Rochester team starting opening night May the 4th, and they're going to be in the Lehigh Valley till May 9th. So you're going to, like you said, Mike, you're going to get used to seeing the same teams a lot of the time, and especially in 1 week periods.
Yeah, so like it'll be Phillies Nationals week 1, and that's how it's how the schedule's being put out. And then after that, the Iron Pigs go on the road until the week of Memorial Day. So after we're busting our butt for these first 6 games, in the entire season, and then they go on the road for some time. So it's just the way the schedule's worked out this year. Luckily, come 2022, those other 14 teams I haven't yet mentioned will come back into play in some capacity then. But at least for 2021, Iron Pigs fans, they'll get to know those teams in their division extremely well.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this week on Let's Talk Sports. We look forward to the 2021 season. Best of luck, and fans, you'll be able to see Mike on Service Electric Network coverage of Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs baseball. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, and of course, appreciate fans watching our pregame and in-game coverage, but looking forward to seeing many of your viewership. Head on down to Coca-Cola Park here at some point this season.
Sounds good. We'll have to look you up when we get down there. So, Mike, thanks for joining us. For Mike Ventola, I'm Marty Burns. Thank you for joining us this week on Let's Talk Sports.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.